You know, I sure love it watching the left attack one another. It's just so great to watch because for one moment, some of these Democrats realize how crazy their own supporters are. Especially if you're Senator Sinema over in Arizona. So for those of you who don't know, she's a Democrat senator from Arizona, and apparently, she's apparently spoken up and has actually voted against adding the immigration reform into the bill trying to get passed through the Senate currently. So, good on her, all right? I agree with it. We shouldn't be granting amnesty to everyone, especially just blanket amnesty, right? It's just ridiculous. So she votes against it, basically dropping that, just dead in its tracks. Right now, it's just not in the bill. Thank goodness. Apparently now she's being harassed, though, by her own constituents. And constituents, quotations, who knows where these people are really from. But to such an extent, they actually followed her into the damn bathroom. I mean, really, you gotta check this out. I got it right here.
I'll be back.
So then we want to talk to you real quick. Can we talk to you real quick?
Hi, actually, I am heading out.
But right now is a real moment that our people need in order for us to be able to talk about what's really happening. We need a Build Back Better plan right now.
We knocked on doors.
Following her to the bathroom.
The Build Back Better plan has the solutions that we need.
We knocked on doors for you to get you a...
Okay. Real quick. She ain't wearing a mask. I'm just going to put that out there. I mean, come on, Democrats. I thought you keep telling us we got to wear a mask. Look at this woman not wearing a mask. How awful.
Elected. And just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us.
We need 7 million citizenship for 7 million. We need the Build Back Better plan right now.
My name is Blanca. I was brought here to the United States when I was 3 years old. And in 2010, my grandparents both got deported because of SB 1070. And I'm here because I definitely believe that we need a pathway to citizenship. My grandfather passed away 2 weeks ago, and I was not able to go to Mexico and visit him because there is no pathway to citizenship. And if we have the opportunity to pass it right now, then we need to do it because there's millions of undocumented people just like me who share the same story.
So she kind of just rants there going forward there, but listen to that, right? So she's admitting, she feels so comfortable admitting the fact that she's an illegal immigrant. Just total comfort, she's saying that to a United States senator. Hey, I'm here illegally. What up? But mind you, while she's trying to take us, are you kidding me? That's where we're at now. That's where we're at now. It's absolutely insane. Now, these same people apparently have been harassing her for quite a while. So apparently they were at her home.
Build back better, back the bill. Build back better, back the bill. Build back better, back the bill.
Build back better and back the bill. What a lousy chant. So they were at her home. Apparently the same people were at her home, as well as when she was trying to take a flight.
No, you can commit as my senator.
Same girl. This is the same girl from the bathroom video, telling the same story to her again about her grandfather. So if you didn't hear that, her grandfather apparently passed away in Mexico and she couldn't go see him. I wonder why. Guess what? You could have you could go see him. You could have, really. Just ask anyone, just ask the United States. They would have flown you right back over there, no problem. The issue was you couldn't come back, right? That's the big issue, you couldn't come back. Now, they've harassed her in the bathroom, on the plane, and at her own house, which makes me kind of wonder at what point maybe will some of these Democrats realize that these far leftists are not their friends. They just aren't. No matter what they do, they'll never be pleased. And all because she didn't add an amnesty bill, basically, into the current budget bill, which is already ridiculous. That can even be done. But all because she didn't want to do immigration reform, and again, that's quotations because it doesn't reform anything. It basically just abandons the process altogether. And add amnesty to all these people. Oh, guess what? She's horrible, terrible. We're going to harass her wherever she goes. Joe Biden was asked about this. And know what he said? He said, it's just part of the process. Just part of the process. It said it happens to everyone. It happens to everyone. Yeah, because everyone gets harassed in the bathroom. Now, this, of course, brings up a couple questions. For one, maybe are some of the Democrats actually going to start realizing that these people are not their friends, like I said before, right? Are they going to realize how crazy the left truly is, these far left activists truly are? I doubt it, but maybe hopefully it might happen. But I also ask the question, of course, she brings up a point. She brought here when she was 3 years old. Now, I don't know how we confirmed that, to be honest, and that's an issue into itself. But someone who's brought here when they're 1 or 2 or 3, they know nothing of the United States. Should there be a pathway to citizenship? I would say no. The reason is because I think there could be an alternative here that we haven't really quite thought that much about. Instead of saying you get a pathway to citizenship, what about you get a pathway to legal status? How's that? You don't get to vote. You don't get to run for office. But you can live here legally and pay taxes and, of course, benefit from, of course, what this society has to offer. If you're vaccinated, of course. We can't forget that, can we? You have to be vaccinated. But what do you think? I mean, I can see no downside for the person who, of course, wants to stay here to simply say, yes, you can't be a full citizen, right? You can't be a full citizen. Your family broke the law. Your family broke the law by all means. We have full right to throw you right out of here. But because we're kind and good people, we understand you were young. You didn't know what was happening. So you can stay here legally. You can stay here legally. However, because you skirted the system, you don't get to be a citizen. You don't get to vote. You don't get to hold any office. Your children, however, if you choose to have children, will of course be United States citizens because they're born here. But you can reside here, but you cannot be a full citizen. Of course, Democrats will never go for this because, like she said, there are 7 million illegal immigrants. I have no idea how much that's true. I think there's actually, more. But 7 million, that's 7 million potential voters. Really. And we know who they're going to vote for. They're going to vote 90% for Democrats, if not more so, right? So we know the Democrats will never even entertain this idea. Because I consider myself somewhat moderate. I see the issue there. It's not really practical just to send, fly millions of people back over the border. Don't we have them rush back in, of course, the minute a Democrat gets elected to office? Maybe a pathway to legal residency can be done, but it should never lead to a pathway of citizenship. If you want to go back home and reapply to try to become a citizen, hey, by all means, right? By all means. At that point, you should know English, so you should also get, head of line, hopefully a little better. There's other things we could do, but it's not citizenship and deportation. We can find somewhere here. Again, legal residency. And guess what? If you commit a violent crime, you're sent right back. You're sent right. It's like a green card, right? If you come over here to work, yeah, you're legally here, but if you do something wrong, we have full rights to send you on back. So guess what? You're here as a legal resident, but if you commit certain violent offenses, we send you back home. Obviously, something small like not wearing your safety belt, we're not going to do jack about. But when it comes to if you commit murder, if you commit rape, if you commit, child assault, we're going to send you right back to where you came from. I don't give a damn, how long you've been gone from there. Right? We want you out of this country, out of it completely. So the left will never talk about any alternatives. They'll never even consider the fact of a legal status because, of course, they want new voters. And I guarantee you, these activists who claim to just want to stay in this country, the activist portion, they wouldn't accept it either. Immigration is a major problem in this country. Both illegal and legal, to be perfectly honest. You have the culturally, basically the culture being erased here in this country because we have so many people coming in from too many cultures too often. We used to actually separate how many people would come in at a time. So, a certain amount of people would come in, would stop immigration for a while, let those people assimilate, and then would open it back up so more people could come in. And that way you didn't have these pockets that were culturally just completely different than America. Now, we've always had some, right? It happened with the Italians, with the Irish, it happens. But we try to reduce it as much as possible. At least in the past we did. Now we just say, come on over, and we'll even bus you out to different states like Joe Biden did, right? Under the cover of night, busing all these immigrants over across the country. The reality is that we have to secure our borders, number one. 100%, we have to secure our borders. Trump was right about that. A big, beautiful wall would go a long way. Will it fix 100% of all illegal immigrants? No. Will it deter people from bringing their entire family over here? Yes. Because even though, yes, people can climb the fence, guess what? Some pregnant mom who just wants to come over here so her son can be born here and get instant legal status, They can't do that. They can't use anchor babies as well because it's hard for them to climb over the fence. It is hard for these people to do it. And guess what? All these people who are saying, well, they're fleeing terrible countries. Well, guess what? They're in Mexico now. They're in Mexico, clearly, because they're crossing the border from there. Are you saying that Mexico is a terrible and evil and awful country? Are you saying that Mexico is a hole? How much trouble did Trump get in for saying that these countries are holes? Yet the left basically says it every single day when they say, oh, these people are fleeing persecution, they're fleeing crime, they're fleeing all these terrible problems. So they're fleeing whole countries. That's what you're saying. Of course, no one's going to call them out on that. Reality is, though, we got to secure our border. And then for the people who are here, we do need that discussion about what to do. It's not practical to deport all of them. Even if it was morally okay, like, we don't know if it's even possible, and to try to track them all down, it would be very, very difficult. So what do? And we deport anyone who does any violent offenses, obviously. Easy. You know, if you commit a crime, you're gone, obviously. For everyone else, maybe just legal status. Not citizen, just legal status. Either way, what do you think? You know, what should we do about all of this? And of course, what do you think about her being chased down in the bathroom? I mean, kind of had it coming, right? I mean, supporting these kind of people, telling them, hey, you know, I'm going to be on your side. Well, guess what? You know, those are people on your side. There aren't the people on the right harassing you. It's the people on the left harassing you. So, you know, kind of on you. I mean, you know, I'm not going to help you out here. You know, this is your hole to dig out of. Unless you want to switch to being a Republican and start supporting good policies, hey, then I'm more than happy to help you out. But, you know, till then, kind of your hole you dug. But what do you guys think? Leave in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, you know, of course, leave a like. It really does help out a lot. And don't forget, you know, subscribe. You know, have the thing going up there right now. Yeah, subscribe. Make new videos every day. So subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll be seeing you again real soon.